Hey guys, welcome to Kelly's Creations. Thank you for stopping by today because we're going to have some fun. So today's video is going to be Kirkland Inspired Christmas Decor. Oh, it's just that time of year already. I know I'm getting ready and I'm getting these DIYs ready to start decorating at the end of November. So I thought I would just do 3 simple signs that I was inspired by on the Kirkland's website. And this first sign is just taking 2 of these long signs from Dollar Tree and sanding them where you took the staples out to sand that down. And I used craft sticks to secure these signs together. And then I gave it 2 coats of Valspar chalk paint in white. Now, have somewhere that you can set this flat. You don't want to stand this up to dry because it will warp. You would just want to lay this down flat. If you have a hair dryer, ideally get this dry. And my suggestion is when it's totally dry, set something heavy on it just to keep it straight. That worked perfect for me. Since it's a long sign, I didn't know how to film such a long project. So I'm kind of showing you bits of it and you can get the gist that I'm going down the whole sign with this. So using painter's tape, I wanted to add some lines to this sign. And since it was such a long sign, I didn't want to trust me with a ruler and freehanding. So I thought the easiest way to do that would just be to put some painter's tape down to make some skinny lines. And I actually came in with my Sharpie and colored them in. I didn't want perfect lines, perfectly black lines. And I thought the Sharpie would work great because I wasn't going to get that solid black line that I would if I would have painted it. I hope I'm making sense, but it turned out really cute. Now, I do wish I would have made these lines closer together just because when you go to write Christmas on the sign, it would have made my life a lot easier than having them so spread apart. And I don't know, you'll see. So using a ruler from Dollar Tree, you get 2 in a pack for $1. I just put it underneath the sign and drew lines to where to cut. So I cut both rulers down, sanded the edges, and I actually put the black ruler tape back on them. I personally thought that was cute. I thought it added the black lines to the top as well, kind of coincide with the lines I drew. I love rulers. I don't know, I just thought it was neat. You don't have to do this. You can leave it's just a sticky ruler tape. You can leave that off. You could paint the edges. You do whatever you would like. You could even stain the ruler. So using wood glue and hot glue, I attached 1 piece of the ruler to the top of the sign and 1 piece to the bottom. And I used little Dollar Tree chip clips to hold them in place so that it could dry overnight and really be secure on the sign. I just think the sign is so easy. For $3, you cannot beat it. And I even opted to freehand Christmas on here instead of using a stencil. And I did a lot of erasing. And so you do it any way you want. You can use a stencil if you have a Cricut or a Cameo. You can use vinyl letters on this. You can use transfer paper, whatever your little heart desires. You do it your way. It's your sign. I chose to freehand it. So once I had Christmas written on with pencil, and I do suggest to use pencil because you will be erasing. I came back with a Sharpie and made it darker. Then I came back in and I just kind of used a stencil brush that I absolutely love from Dollar Tree and kind of just filled in where I had erased because you could still see hints of where I had erased. And then I went over it with white real lightly just to, I don't know, what would we call this? I didn't want it to look like I had written on it with a Sharpie. So just putting a little bit of white paint over those letters, it really just made it look older, I guess. The fun part of this sign is the I. As you can see, I have CHRS, no I. So what you do is, oh, I did come in with paint. That's right, I did. I totally forgot about this step. I did come in with a little bit of paint and I went over it. I think I was using truffle and just went over. I wanted it to look old. So after I put that white on there, I came in and just kind of real sloppy actually with the paint, went over my letters, and I thought that looked cool. Okay, now the fun part. The I on the sign is a Christmas tree. So grab any greens you have on hand, browns if you want. I chose to do both. I added, this is moss. I added a little bit of black and a little bit of brown to it to make a deeper green, and I just had fun. I just drew on with a paintbrush a Christmas tree, and I kept going until I had the size I wanted, and then I started filling it in with the different colors. Brown, I think I used coffee bean and truffle, and the 2 different colors of moss. Then I came in with the end of my paintbrush, dipped it in the red, I think it's crimson, and just added a few red ornaments to my tree. And you just can't beat this for $3. This sign is so stinking cute. I love the way it turned out. I wish I knew how to film a project of this size. I don't, so thank you for bearing with me. But it is a super cute sign. You could even add white Christmas balls to your tree, and that would be really cute too. So here is Kirkland's, and it has a hefty little price tag on it. And here is our $3 Kirkland Inspired Christmas sign. So for project number 2, I'm using a picture frame from Dollar Tree, one of the larger ones, and removing the inserts but keeping the cardboard insert out. And taking some red and black buffalo check Christmas wrapping paper, I just cut a section out and then added glue stick into that cardboard insert that came within the frame. I think it's an 8x10 frame, and I just glued it to the wrapping paper, and then I trimmed the edges of it so it would be the same size as that cardboard insert, and voila, you have your backing. Now this picture frame was gold, and I had a dumb crafting moment. I took acrylic paint in black and painted this gold shiny frame. Don't do that. Unless you want the end result to be like mine. If you're going to put acrylic paint on shiny surface, use Mod Podge first, or don't use acrylic at all. Spray paint it or use chalk paint. Because when I came back with my brown to add a little dimension to this, it pulled the black right off the sign. So as you can see, I have a lot of gold showing now, which didn't bother me. I usually kind of just run with happy accidents and make it work. So I just added a little bit more brown. So my frame is black, brown, and gold. Now this stencil I got from Hobby Lobby. It's a wreath with berries, and it just sticks right on. I had put everything back together and then put the stencil on. That way it was in the correct position on the picture frame. Then I mixed together some brown and black with my moss again. And I am going to be using that darker mixture. And I'm also going to be using moss, just those 2 different color greens on the wreath. So I'm just like hit and miss in different parts of the wreath, adding the different greens. Then I'm going to come back in with the crimson again, and my wreath had berries, and I filled in those little berries with the crimson. And this was really, really cute. I love these stickable stencils from Hobby Lobby. They're great to use, and it even worked on wrapping paper, because my biggest fear was I was going to do all this and it was going to rip the wrapping paper right off, and it didn't. So that worked out in my favor. I didn't like that this frame didn't have a back on it. I don't know if it was a defect, and I didn't realize it until after the fact, or if this frame just doesn't come with a backing. So I just grabbed some poster board and trimmed it to fit. That way it would be more secure inside the frame. So now I'm going to just assemble it with my poster board, and I did put that white insert back in to hold it. Why I put it back together like this, I don't know. Like I said, I was having a moment during this crafting session, because really that white insert should have gone under the black. But you know, sometimes you just have one of those days. And it didn't get any better with the letters, because I didn't realize it, but I bought 2 different sizes. I think one set came from Dollar General and the other one came from Dollar Tree. Well, Dollar Tree's letters are what I wanted because they're rounder and smaller. Dollar General's letters are bigger and flatter. So I had to go with what I had. So I wish I would have had smaller letters. If you like how this turned out, great. Go to Dollar General and get the big letters. If you want a smaller letter, like the Kirkland's picture, then use Dollar Tree wooden letters. But I just painted them white, and I had to do some finagling to get these to fit. Like I said, my letters were massively large. So we just had to kind of move them together and just kind of put a couple up, a couple down, and make it work. Then I just used hot glue, carefully lifted them up because I had to have these go back in place the way I had it, because it wasn't going to fit any other way. I had so much fun doing these projects, but these really tried my patience. So it's amazing that I did have fun while creating these 3 projects, because all 3 of them had something going on that was giving me a problem. And I just kept going, kept powering through it and trying to fix mistakes as they came about. But the end result still came out a very cute sign. Here is Kirkland's for $24.99. Super cute. And here's my version of it for around $3. If you count wrapping paper and paint as $1, this comes out to about $3. Now, number 3, I absolutely love these larger box signs from Dollar Tree. It is a great natural wood. The insert comes out so easily, and it just, I love these signs. So we're doing another Kirkland Inspired sign, and I'm painting part of the insert white to cover up the love. I don't need to paint all of it because the rest of it will be covered with buffalo check scrapbook paper from Hobby Lobby. I always get some scrapbook paper when it's on sale. You can get like 4 sheets for $1, and it's fun to just have this on hand. So I just measured and cut to fit the other part of this sign. So you have 1/2 white, 1/2 buffalo check. Now here's where you can make this your own. You don't have to do what Kirkland's did. I am doing a Kirkland inspired video, so trying to get it close. But this sign would be so cute with Christmas scrapbook paper, or you could even use wrapping paper, anything you want to make this your own. Candy canes, like I said, I just really liked the inspiration piece, so I tried to stick with matching it. So I put it back together and I went to my Cameo. And I tried to match how they had it on theirs, and I'm struggling really with my vinyl machine. Christmas that I'm putting down right now is in vinyl, and it probably took me an hour just to weed Christmas. I don't know if my setting is wrong on my blade. I don't know. But we would have yourself a merry little Christmas letters, and it was not weeding. I could not get it correctly. So I ended up freehanding. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. I didn't have any small letters. I didn't have any small stencils. I didn't have any rub-on transfers. So at this point, actually, I was getting a little frustrated that everything I touched wasn't working. So I freehanded it, and it actually still is cute. It turned out really cute. But yeah, there's the third Kirkland Inspired sign. How cute. I just think this is so cute. There's Kirkland sign, and how much would I guess this sign would be? $1 for the sign, 25 cents for that scrapbook paper, a little bit of money in vinyl, and I would say probably $3 and under for this one as well. So this was so much fun, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're having a blessed and wonderful week. If you like this video, hit that subscribe button, ring that bell for future notifications. And if you really liked it, check out some of my other videos. I love y'all. I hope you're having a blessed and wonderful day. And I'll see you again on Sunday. Bye, y'all.